Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the English Learning Podcast. I'm Jason, your host, and as always, I have my amazing co-host, Julia, here.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. We have a very important topic for all of you English learners who want to speak confidently.
Yes, today we're talking about something many learners struggle with. No more thinking, just speaking.
Oh, yes. So many people overthink every sentence. They worry about grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and then nothing comes out.
Exactly. And the truth is, thinking too much stops you from speaking fluently. You might know the words, but your mind freezes because you're trying to be perfect.
And that's normal. But today we're going to share tips and techniques to stop overthinking and start speaking naturally. You'll learn how to let your brain relax and just express yourself in English.
By the end of this episode, you'll have practical ways to speak English without hesitation. And we'll even share a short daily routine you can start today.
So, get ready to finally break free from overthinking and enjoy speaking English confidently. Jason, I remember when I was first learning English, I would spend minutes thinking about one sentence before saying it. And sometimes I wouldn't even say anything.
Oh, yes, I know that feeling. I used to do the same. I'd think, is this word correct? Did I pronounce it right? And then the conversation would move on without me.
Exactly. It was so frustrating because I knew what I wanted to say, but my brain just froze. I felt like I was failing, even though I was learning.
And the funny thing is, people around me didn't even notice my small mistakes. They were just happy that I was trying to speak.
That's a great point. Sometimes we are our own biggest critics. Overthinking makes us feel like we have to be perfect, but in reality, people just want to understand us.
Yes, and that's why today's tips are so important. We're going to show you how to stop overthinking and just speak, even if it's not perfect.
And the best part? Once you start speaking without overthinking, you'll feel more confident and even start enjoying conversations in English.
So, Julia, why do you think so many English learners overthink before they speak?
Oh, there are a few reasons, Jason. First, fear of making mistakes. People worry that they'll say something wrong and sound silly.
Yes, I remember that. And another reason is lack of confidence. You might know the words in your head, but when it's time to speak, you hesitate because you're not confident.
Exactly. And sometimes learners try to be perfect. They want every sentence to be grammatically correct, every word pronounced perfectly, but that stops them from speaking at all.
That's so true. I've seen it with many students. They freeze mid-sentence because their brain is analyzing every word instead of just saying it.
And it's not just beginners. Even advanced learners sometimes overthink, especially in stressful situations like job interviews or public speaking.
Right. The key thing is that overthinking is normal, but it can be overcome. The more you practice speaking without worrying about mistakes, the easier it gets.
Yes, and that's why we're going to share some practical tips that will help listeners stop thinking too much and start speaking naturally.
Exactly. We'll cover mindset changes, speaking exercises, and even a daily routine to make this habit easy. All right, Julia, now that we understand why overthinking happens, let's talk about the first solution. Think less. Speak more.
Yes, this is one of the most important tips. Many learners spend too much time in their head analyzing grammar or searching for the perfect word.
Exactly. And here's the truth. It's better to speak imperfectly than not speak at all. The more you speak, the faster you improve.
I always tell my students, focus on getting your idea across, not on being perfect. For example, if you want to say, I like playing football, don't worry if you pause a little or make a small mistake. Just say it.
Yes, and a great way to practice this is by starting small. Don't try to speak in long paragraphs yet. Start with short sentences, like 1 or 2 sentences at a time.
And another tip is to practice speaking out loud, even if you're alone. Talk about your day, describe what you're doing, or explain something simple in English.
Here's a mini exercise for our listeners. Pick a topic, like your favorite food, and speak about it for 1 minute without stopping to think. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak.
Exactly. The goal is to train your brain to move from thinking to speaking automatically. The more you do this, the easier it becomes to speak in real conversations.
Remember, speaking is a skill. And like any skill, the more you practice, the stronger it gets. So, think less and speak more every day. All right, Julia. Now that we know how to think less and speak more, let's talk about some quick speaking techniques that really help learners.
Yes, these are simple, but if you do them daily, they can make a huge difference in your speaking confidence.
The first technique is called shadowing. Have you tried it before, Julia?
Yes, shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and repeat what they say at the same time or right after. It helps with pronunciation, rhythm, and natural flow.
Exactly. You can use podcasts, YouTube videos, or even songs. Just listen carefully, then repeat the sentences out loud, trying to copy the way they speak.
The second technique is 1-minute speaking exercises. Pick a topic, like your favorite hobby, food, or movie, and talk about it for 1 minute, non-stop. Don't worry if you make mistakes.
Yes, this is amazing because it trains your brain to think and speak at the same time. Over time, you'll notice you speak faster and more naturally.
Another tip is to record yourself while practicing. Then listen and notice small improvements. It's a great way to track your progress and stay motivated.
Exactly. And here's a simple daily routine. 5 minutes shadowing your favorite English video, 1 minute speaking about a simple topic. Listen to your recording and smile at your progress.
Do this every day, and you'll see that your speaking becomes smoother and faster without overthinking.
Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about building a speaking habit. And these small exercises make a huge difference over time. Julia, we've talked about speaking more and practicing daily. But there's another very important point. Stop perfectionism and embrace mistakes.
Yes, so many learners think that every sentence must be perfect, but the truth is, mistakes are part of learning. Without mistakes, you can't improve.
Exactly. I remember when I was learning English, I used to be afraid to speak because I might say a word wrong. But I realized people don't care about small mistakes. They just want to understand me.
And the more you speak, the more mistakes you make, the faster you learn. Mistakes are actually your best teacher.
Here's a tip. Instead of worrying about being perfect, celebrate every sentence you say in English, even if it's not perfect. Each sentence is progress.
Yes, and the more you practice this mindset, the more confident you'll become. Speaking English will start to feel natural instead of scary.
So, remember, make mistakes, learn from them, and keep speaking without fear. That's how real improvement happens. Julia, now that we've talked about thinking less, speaking more, using techniques, and embracing mistakes, let's give our listeners a simple daily routine they can follow.
Yes, this routine only takes 10 minutes a day, but it can make a huge difference.
Here's what I suggest. Talk to yourself for 3 minutes. Describe your day, your plans, or anything simple in English. Shadowing practice for 3 minutes. Listen to a short podcast or video and repeat out loud. Record yourself speaking for 2 minutes, then listen and notice small improvements. Speak to someone online or offline for 2 minutes, even just a simple greeting or short conversation.
Exactly. The key is consistency. Even if it's just 10 minutes, doing it every day will train your brain to think less and speak more automatically.
Yes, and remember, it's not about perfection. It's about building the habit of speaking English daily.
Start small, stay consistent, and soon you'll notice that speaking English becomes easier and more natural.
Julia, one of my favorite parts of our podcast is hearing from our listeners. Speaking practice gets even better when you share your experiences.
Absolutely. So here's a little challenge for everyone listening today. Comment below and tell us what's the biggest thing that makes you overthink when speaking English.
Yes, and don't worry, it can be a small thing, like forgetting a word or being nervous in front of people. We want to hear it all.
And here's another idea. Try one of the exercises we talked about today, like shadowing or 1-minute speaking, and then share your experience in the comments.
We love reading your stories, and it's also motivating for other learners to see that they are not alone in struggling with English.
Exactly. Learning English is easier when you practice, share, and encourage each other. So don't be shy. Join the conversation.
Julia, before we wrap up, I just want to remind everyone, speaking English is more important than being perfect.
Yes. Every time you speak, you are improving, even if you make mistakes. Progress matters more than perfection.
Exactly. So today, start small, say one sentence, speak for 1 minute, or try one of our exercises. The important thing is to take action and keep speaking.
Remember, the more you speak, the more confident you become. Don't wait for the perfect moment to speak English. Start right now.
Yes, your English will improve, your confidence will grow, and soon you'll be speaking naturally without overthinking. All right, Julia, let's quickly recap what we talked about today.
Yes. First, we learned to think less and speak more. Then, we shared quick speaking techniques like shadowing and 1-minute exercises.
We also talked about embracing mistakes, stopping perfectionism, and using a daily practice routine to train your brain to speak automatically.
Exactly. And remember, progress comes from consistency, courage, and practice.
So here's your challenge. Pick one tip from today and practice it today. Then, comment below and tell us how it went.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with other English learners who want to speak confidently.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep speaking, keep practicing, and remember, no more thinking, just speaking.